Hello and welcome to bulking episode number 5, where today we have changed up completely everything that we're doing. Well, sort of. I've completely changed my workouts. I've relearned or taught myself what progressive overloading is. Now, before we get started, before I go into that, let's take some freaking pre-workout. As always, not really sure where to put the camera for good angles. Oh god. Put you over here. We're gonna get our lovely Janaki juice, HTLT subs, don't forget. Dr. Damon Fit for 15% off, and apparently Turk Builder Max are back in stock. It's the Turk Builder stuff that people like to use from Greg Doucette's website. So go buy some stuff, get ready for your New Year's resolution, and what you're gonna do this year, you're not gonna stop working out in February, okay? You're not gonna get lazy, you're not gonna fizzle out, you're gonna keep going. Discipline is gonna be the thing you learn this year. Give myself a little bit of extra here, because I wanna make tonight's workout insane. I literally use all of these glasses for pre-workout. So everything you see that's glass in there, or including the plastic cups, I've used for pre-workout. It's literally the only thing I use it for. I don't have a lot of people over my house. I don't really have dinner parties or whatever, so they get used for pre-workout. I changed my workouts completely. So my previous workouts were done with a pyramid scheme kind of thing. There's dog hair all over this microphone. Basically that means is if you've been watching some of my vlogs before, if not, welcome. We're relearning how to progressive overload. The idea of progressive overload is that you're only changing one thing week to week and cycle to cycle. So the last cycle I was on was a 4-week cycle. So the first week was 5 reps of 5 for the main lift or the big lift that you see at the start of the video. So squat, bench, military press, hang clean, and I did do weighted pull-ups. I need to figure out something more compound and heavy to do for, I think it's upper back and traps day. So we'll figure that out at some point. What I was doing before was I would start out with 2 warm-ups. I would do the bar and then add on plates. And then I would start at a lower weight and progress to higher weight through the 5 sets. So I do 315 for 2 sets of 5, then I go up to like 345 for 2 sets of 5, and then my final one would be like 355 for a set of 5. Apparently that's not progressive overload, that's what you like, they call it pyramiding. I don't know. I looked up using ChatGPT. Okay, I'm not an expert in this. I'm just trying to learn more so that I can share what I've learned to you guys, and maybe you guys can incorporate it into your workouts. So what I redid was we changed it to a 5-week cycle. The first 2 weeks are 4 sets of 6 reps. The first week are 4x6 at RPE 7, which means I leave 2 to 3 reps in the tank. So I don't go to failure on my main lifts typically. Sometimes I do, but with this new plan, you basically go all the way up to, I think it's RPE 8, which is RPE 9, which is, it gets difficult, but you could still do 1 more rep. So the idea is that the first week is going to be done at the same weight. So 4 sets of 6 reps at the exact same weight. Because if you do the pyramid, everything before you do the maximum weight is considered a warm-up for your body. You want a constant stimulus on your body to get it, I guess, used to hitting that weight repeatedly. And then when you do another cycle, coming back to that first week, you can progress a little bit. You add like 2.5s on each side, or if you feel strong, you add 5s on each side. And you go from there, you do your cycle, and you increase. The first week, you do, say you do 10 pounds, and then week 2, you increase even more, and that's how you progressive overload. Without further ado, let's go get swole, and let's see how this works for my bulk as well. See you there. Alright, since this is the first week of my brand new plan, I'm kind of like baselining all of my lifts right now. So right now I've got... Okay, Smith machine, it's not actually 175. The bar's like nothing, or like a pound. Well, let's call it 175 will be my like baseline. And then after this first like week, I guess after this first cycle really, I'll be able to like gauge everything and see if I'm plateauing, see if I'm progressing, and I'll probably get into it like after the workout. So let's get it. That was way too heavy. I was a little bit way too ambitious. I'm gonna do we're gonna call that a test set. And then this one will be like a drop set, and then we'll be the actual working set. All right, so we dropped 10 pounds, and we're gonna see if this is a good baseline. I probably should go a little bit lighter than I normally do. We'll see how it goes. Just to see how we're doing. I know 2 weeks isn't really a lot of like really progress on a long-term bulk, but let's see what our status is, eh? I gotta figure out the best angle for the camera here. That's about 160 and a half. Alright, so we're at like 160 and a half. I am wearing a hoodie today, and I did kind of clear myself out by accident because I had a lunch that upset my stomach this afternoon, so it cleared me out. But I mean, 160 and a half for 2 weeks, that's like 3 pounds. Probably a lot of water and probably some clothes. I'm not wearing like heavy clothes, but like a hoodie, the Japanese pants that I got, and my shoes. So the bulk is still bulking, but I'm swapping to a more dirty bulk because there are sections of my body that I really want to expand rapidly. So we're gonna see how that goes for the next couple of months and see what happens. Alright, it is your favorite part of the video, the pose down. I typically don't really do them on leg days just because I'm a little self-conscious about stripping in my gym here because there's no posing room. I do go to the posing room at the other gym, but still self-conscious about it. But we're going to do a little pump check right now, so it'll be good. See what we're working with.
Get out of my way. It's about to get anabolic AF.
Alright, let's close it down for the day and go back and let's chat. Alright, that was honestly a pretty good week of workouts. So I guess it's not completely done yet. I have my traps day and my quads day, and kind of worried about quads day, but with some of the new stuff that I'm doing for my quads and my knee have really been working. I know I've been making a lot of like kind of repetitive videos for leg day. I'm experimenting with different styles of shorts content, so bear with me on all of that. I can't really tell if this like new plan is working yet. I was gonna say it doesn't feel any different than what I've been doing. It definitely is. I mean, I guess because of how I worked my bodybuilding exercises versus how I did my main lifts. The main lifts have been feeling good. I guess I'll have to do like a couple cycles of this progressive overload program just to see how it feels. I think it's gonna be good. It's gonna be better than what I've been doing, since what I've been doing is more like beginner style workouts. What I was doing was pyramid style, right? So we were taught to do weight that we felt comfortable with, and now I'm advancing in a more advanced plan where I stick with the weight and reps for a cycle, and the next cycle, if I do the same weights or plateau, I guess you could say, for that week, instead of going up in weight, I increase reps by 2, it said, I think 2. So I would stick with the same weight, do more reps, go back to the normal cycle for a week, and then go up in weight. I think I have to relook at the whole ChatGPT conversation I had. I basically used ChatGPT to do all of this, and Googling a lot of how this progressive overload really works. There's not really a lot of good sources out there. I know everyone's gonna be like, oh, you should go watch Jeff Nippard or Dr. Mike Israetel, but they seem to be doing half-assed science or manipulated science per se. What a time of content creation we live in, where the top creators are manipulating their science.
Allegedly, that's ignorant.
To prove a point, and or writing dissertations that are terrible with typos and need correcting. Dude, I don't know. I don't really want to go on an extreme rant, but the world of content creation right now is in a very weird state and kind of makes me not want to. Well, let me put it this way. I would like creating my content and experimenting with what works for me and what I can do to provide for you guys. I would say you guys, I'm trying to do more personable content, right? Since instead of being like, what's going on, YouTuber? I'm going to say you and me, like the camera is like I'm talking to a person on the other side of a screen instead of being like the iconic, stupid, dumb YouTuber kind of vibes, you know? Build a connection with you, the audience, the watcher, the person watching this video. So it feels like that you can connect with me, I can help you along your journey, and also express how annoying the content creation world is from not even just fitness. Fitness is going, the fitness industry, content industry is also very interesting right now. Like we got the clavicular dude who is taking substances just to look max. Weird. I mean, I know what look maxing is. It's not like a new term. You've seen all those like insane people who do like insane plastic surgeries to look like Superman or Michael Jackson, or like to enhance features of their bodies that you might potentially look like you could pop with a needle. I mean, I wouldn't, you know what I mean? Like they're so big, they're like, it's like an overinflated balloon. You just kind of like poke it and pop it for fun. Not actually, would never do that. But it looks like it would just burst if you touched it. Yeah, fitness industry is weird. I kind of miss the days where Ziz was the biggest influencer and he was trying to uplift everyone to doing and becoming the best version of themselves. He may have not been natural and he may have been an insane partier, but he didn't actively promote the things that he did at the parties or the steroids or peptides or whatever he was on to look the way he did. He just said, let's do this. Everyone join the revolution and be a sick cunt, bruh. Like, I miss that kind of style of content. Sam Sulek does it. The Outdoor Boys did do it, and the Burnt Peanut does it with his gaming content. There's a select few content creators that do it that I watch. Can't leave out Greg Doucette. Love you, buddy. I'm a part of his. I'm an affiliate for his supplement brand, HTLT Sups. So you know I gotta plug it again here. Code 15% out. Use. You code Dr. Damon Fit for 15% off. Go buy your Christmas supplements. Get ready for your New Year's resolution, because I know you're going to. Don't give up this year. Don't you dare. Don't you dare give up this year. You're gonna go past Valentine's Day. That's when you give up. That's when all you little resolutioners give up, is Valentine's Day. I see it happen every year. Everyone goes in January 1st. You go in January 1st. Then you give up on Valentine's Day. Guess what? I'm in there. I'm a lonely guy. Right now, as of right now, still single. Still looking for my counterparts here, who is also fully obsessed with the gym and maybe content like me, but we shall see. All right, guys, I think it's time for me to go get a super late night dinner. It's almost 1 a.m. I guess dinner, breakfast, whatever you want to call it, late night snack. And we'll do a longer rant next time, I think. But we experimented with some cool angles with a different camera. We went over the brand new workout that I was doing. I'm still bulking. I was very hungry at the gym today. But yeah, so it's working so far, so good. We'll see how it goes. I'm gonna get a little bit dirtier with the bulk and then see how it goes this spring, summer, etc. And I'll catch you in the next one. So deuces, prepare yourselves for New Year's resolution.